HodgeTwins. Glad to have you both.
Well, thanks for having us.
Those free plugs,
all that free promotion. I love it.
Yeah, we can't. Well, we can't get enough of the HodgeTwins in our household. Though we can't say this on the record. So you guys, again, out of the ordinary bodybuilding channel, not necessarily in line with what we often talk about, but you've been hit by the YouTube demonetization adpocalypse. We were going to meet with you when we were in Utah, but you know, we got held up by the FBI. Now you got, explain for people who don't know what it is that you do on your channel and how you guys got started, because it's kind of a new media success story.
Yeah. Wow. Man, I don't know. We was I used to work at an insurance company. It's called AAA in Southern California, and I just got this idea. I was like, I went to his desk and like, Kim, let's start a YouTube channel. You know, he didn't say it in those words. He said, let's be comedians. I was like, what? Comedians? So I thought he was smoking crack again, but.
Yeah.
But anyway, we started a YouTube channel. We called it HodgeTwins. We were just pretty much just doing whatever, just random skits and stuff like that. And it dwelled into doing current events. Yeah. Because to do comedy sketches, you need more than one person. Yeah. And then when we did a comedy sketch, everybody wanted to change all the lines. So yeah. So so we actually went into fitness, and that's when things really took off for us.
Okay, so before this started, you guys were about 110 pounds soaking wet, and then you realized, man, we got to lift some weights and do our YouTube channel.
I was about 250 pounds soaking wet, fat. And you
and you started at Planet Fitness. I remember you guys started at Planet Fitness early on, which is the bane of my existence. You know, not a big fan, but I remember you did a video on that. I'm banned from Planet Fitness for life. I don't know if you know this.
True story.
Actually, we back in the day, man, we had a membership at Planet Fitness. The reason behind it was because when we worked at an insurance company, we got fired because we was cussing in the YouTube video. So we had to give up our 24-hour fitness membership because it was too expensive. It was like $25. So we went to Planet Fitness. It was like $10 at the time. Yeah. So that's why we had a Planet Fitness gym membership.
Yeah, no squat rack there. Yeah, I was kicked out for going in as a tranny, so that's actually a little different reason. This was they had the whole men going into women's locker rooms, and so I just went in as a woman to Planet Fitness. They let me in totally fine, but by the third one, I walked in and like, Steven, we know who you are. You're not allowed at any Planet Fitness,
please,
ever again.
Hey, but y'all got rights now, man. Y'all can use the bathroom now, man. They just passed all these laws.
I know, but apparently they knew that we had a YouTube channel at that point. They're like, we don't think you're being sincere, and I'm like, but I am being sincere. I'm not Steven anymore. I'm Stephanie. And it's just...
That is racism, man. That's racism.
Well, okay, speaking of which, you guys get a lot of crap. You just did a DNA test on your channel from the black community for, what is it, not being black? Is that the deal?
Keep these happy nowadays. Be tripping, man. Okay, look, first of all, let me just put it out there with black. Lay down the foundation. Yeah, lay down the foundation. Yeah. Both my parents are black. Yeah. Now, my great-grandma, she was white. Yeah. Okay. She was a pretty young thing, too. Got with that black dude, and that's why we here. Yeah. But we would say comments in our videos, and like black people's like, you know what? I'm not comfortable with this. Y'all not dark enough to be talking like this. And plus, they say we sound like some rednecks when we talk, so because we got a strong country accent. So I sound like Yosemite Sam, I guess.
Well, there's we talk about a lot of common ground with actually white Southerners and blacks from even like urban Detroit. A lot of the same terminology, a lot of the same slang, and that comes from basically sort of a common history here in the United States. Hate to say it, some of that not so pretty with the slavery, but we got past it. We're doing better. Yeah. So
that's a long time ago, man. Yeah. It's 2017. Let's go.
Well, okay, so I don't know if I'm outing you here, but you said off air, you're like, oh yeah, were you at the Ben Shapiro thing in Utah? So you guys are aware of him. You're I wouldn't fans, but you like some of his content?
Yeah. We definitely like a lot of his content. I watch his stuff on YouTube and I follow his podcast. So I just like him how he put those damn liberals, put them in a place, man. It's like like them, well, I ain't gonna even get into politics.
You just did. You just did. All the people saying you're not black enough. Guess what? And there's no coming back now.
We used to be, I would say, liberal. Yeah. But as we got older, I started to actually think more for myself. So we like like right now, I would say we're leaning towards the right. I got one foot in the right.
Right.
I got the other foot that used to be on the left side. I done picked that foot up. Yeah.
So you're doing pistol squats on the right, and you haven't figured out where you land yet.
Yeah, we just don't like how the liberals they paint everything like everything's according to race and stuff like that. It's like race. It's like they use an angle to like keep people stuck as being Democrats, you know.
A bunch of race pimps, that's what they are.
Yeah, race pimps. Yeah. They're a bunch of race pimps.
Bunch of race pimps, that's what they be doing.
Yeah.
They be pimping them.
That's totally. But don't worry. This is. I mean, you'll get maybe this on your YouTube channel. They'll demonetize you, but we're fine. You can say whatever you want here. So you've been hit obviously with you. I remember we met. I had been watching you for a while. Not a bodybuilder myself. I've always been more of strength trainer. So practical purposes. But we can get into that another time. But you guys sent me a direct message saying like, yeah, man, we got demonetized. We kind of knew it, but you that's pretty f***ed up, man. Because you realize it happened to me, and it's like what we do is really pretty clean stuff, and it happened to us. Was that a part of kind of your awakening process? Do you think you just saw the left trying to shut everything down?
Yeah, that's definitely what they're trying to do.
Yeah, everything's so PC nowadays. You can't talk about anything.
Yeah, anything that's controversial, even if it's true, you can't talk about it unless you're a liberal. Then it's just pushed everywhere. It's pushed in your face. I mean, every time I look at something, somebody's talking about Donald Trump. I went to Australia to do comedy shows down there. Got in the cab. Dude said, hey, what do you think about your president, Donald Trump? I'm like, dude. Yeah. It's like an infatuation with this guy. And that's all everybody talks about. It's like, I'm like sick of it. You can't look at nothing.
I don't even look at CNN no more. It's just bash Trump 24/7 over there.
Well, I look at it because I want to see what they're saying. I
look at it when Ben's over there talking.
Yeah.
Mr. Shapiro.
Dropping the Moab on Don Lemon.
A little smirk on his face as he's listening to him talk. It's like, what's wrong with these people? That's not what I said. All this oppression. I mean, I've been looking for all this oppression in the black community. I can't find it. I've been looking under rocks and everything.
Have you been through Watts?
I don't know. Let's pick a weird.
That's oppression. That's not oppression. That's just plain old stupidity over there.
Yeah, at Watts. It's funny. When I first moved to LA, I was in Inglewood. I was sleeping on a cot in Inglewood, and the guy's name was. I shouldn't say it, but anyways, black guy slept on his floor. He's like, you can stay here for a month, and 4 days in, we got into an argument over politics, and he was like, you got to go. And I was sleeping out of an '82 Datsun that I bought from a Cambodian named Sonny. And I remember, I've told this story because it was $652 because those Cambodians are so cheap. And then I said, I don't have the 52. Can I write an IOU for $52? So really, the black guy kicked me out, and I didn't hold it against the entire race of people for a long time. I got past it. The point is there can be some healing,
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There's no such thing as white privilege anymore. Black person kick somebody out?
Kicked me right out. And he didn't say that it was because of the political argument, but it was really pretty clear. And this was right before Barack Obama. And anyways, I won't even get into it. So let me ask you this. You do live shows now. Did you start doing live shows? Because you didn't start out as like stand-up comics. I started out as an actor, then stand-up comic in my mid-teens. Owen Benjamin, who's often on the show, stand-up comedian. Was it more so because of the demonetization on YouTube, and you found you guys have been pretty smart with selling supplements, doing a lot of live shows, and diversifying outside of just YouTube, so you haven't been hit as hard. Did you always kind of think, okay, what's the next step, thinking ahead?
Well, we always wanted to do stand-up. It's just we didn't have enough courage to go out there and do it, because going from YouTube videos to stand on the stage and making people laugh with just a microphone in your hand, that is no easy cup of tea right there. So, I remember my very first show, man, I was like hyperventilating. I woke up the night before, I said, let's call it off, man. Let's go home.
Well, because at this point, everyone already knew you. So if you go out there, it's like if you bomb, you get about 5 minutes of grace, as Colin Quinn says. And then it's like if you're not making us laugh. So you didn't have the benefit of just starting and being a nobody. You started doing stand-up after you were known. What's that like?
It definitely helped. We didn't... when we first started doing stand-up, the whole money thing on YouTube was great. Yeah, I mean, we didn't have to do stand-up. We wanted to do stand-up because we really wanted to, not because of the money per se. But thank God we did, because since we be doing stand up, that's the only thing that's really keeping our heads above water as far as being, you know, financially.
Yeah, we
secure.
definitely be in the red. Yeah, we would be in the red.
Well, then all your black fans would say, okay, they get a pass.
Yeah. So thank God we did do that. And we monetized ourselves by selling clothing and supplements. And if it wasn't for that, I mean, if we would just rely on YouTube, man, I would have to go get a job.
Yeah, and then you get fired because they'd see your YouTube videos. They'd say, well, you're hired. Oh, wait, we saw your YouTube video on Steve Harvey. You're fired.
You're unhired.
Yeah,
You're fired.
You are immediately unhired. Yeah, we've all realized this. Not gay Jared here. He can't be hired anywhere.
No, I can't do anything.
You can't go on college campus anywhere now without security.
I cannot.
After what you just did with Antifa. It's sorry, we really wanted to meet up with you guys in Utah, but you know the FBI slows you down when you have to turn over all this footage. So do you deal at all in politics on stage? Here's one thing I will say. The right kind of has the corner on fun now. Like you said, because of political correctness, there are no YouTubers on the left who you're going, oh, I'm aching to see their stand-up show. That's going to be a rip-roaring riot. You know, someone from the Young Turks. Oh, what will they say next? Ooh, I'm at the edge of my seat. So do you feel like it gives you a leg up? I mean, because you don't care. The right doesn't care at this point so much who you offend. I've got to imagine that that's somewhat liberating for you guys, at least a little.
Yeah. In our stand-up shows, we're pretty stay clear of politics. We are pretty much, we just pretty much tell a bunch of stories about us as being kids. And I got a killer Caitlyn Jenner joke.
Let me hear it. Let's hear it.
I can't keep away my material, man.
I guess
we go in on everybody. We go in on niggas. We go in on racism. I mean, nobody's off limits. Yeah, we just don't make it too political. Yeah, we come from a good place.
Yeah. Now, how do you balance being on the road and obviously fitness, but you know, staying in shape? Do you just hit road gyms? Do you bring resistance bands with you? What do you do?
It's pretty rough when we do shows. I would say 50% of the time we'll hit the gym, but most of the time it's like after I do a show and the meet and greet, I'm wiped out. I want to go back to my hotel room. And we never realized before we started doing our stand-up shows, like when you're on stage for an hour. Man, it's like running a marathon.
Oh, yeah.
It is taxing. And then sleeping in strange beds and then flying. And, man, it is rough. I remember we did, I think, 10 shows in California. Yeah, in 5 days.
Oh, geez.
Because we had 2 shows back-to-back days in San Diego. Then before that, we was hitting some other cities. So you had to get some stage legs.
Does one of you get, Naki Jared knows this. I always have, you know, like, these are my diva requests: stage, microphone, and for 45 minutes before the show, a green room. Because sometimes I'll do private gigs, or I'll go on college campus, and they'll try and do the meet and greet before the show or something. And I'm like,
it's happened when I've been with you.
Yeah, it's happened when you've been with me, or people are coming in, and they're pitching sketches. I'm like, listen, I don't mean to be a jerk, but I need 45 minutes just to be by myself, focus, because it is exhausting. Is one of you more cranky than the other, or are you both just? I imagine you two like velociraptors in the kitchen in that Jurassic Park scene, just constantly biting at each other's necks.
You know what? When we come out on stage, the fans, their energy is so high, it keeps us going. Like, what I found to be very important when you're touring, you need a nice hot shower. And when you show up to your show, if your fans are like, you know, showing you love, they lit, I mean, it keeps you going. If you walk into a show, I've walked into shows, people seem like they're tired. Oh, it could be a drag. Yeah, it just sucks. As soon as the first couple of jokes, you know if it's going to be a good show or not.
Yeah.
And I'll say a joke and it doesn't hit. I'm like, well, I'm running through these jokes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, some crowds is just, and it's kind of weird because, oh, you froze again.
Oh, I froze? Well, you know, hold on, son. Yeah, if you just shut, is it? This is almost more funny for the show. Can you guys hear me or no? I don't even think they can hear me.
There you go.
Oh, all right. You can hear me? Yeah, I was going to say, you know, I had that actually. Back in
I forgot what I was going to say. I got such a
That's okay. I can do the host gig, and I can.
Do it again?
Did I freeze up again?
There we go. You probably hear somewhere.
Yeah, we can hear you the whole time. So just, you know, but act like we can't. That's better for the show. I had that for a while when I was young. I was 19, and I won a MySpace comedy contest. It was called So You Think You're Funny. And you know what the prize was? I got to perform with Black Boy, 2 Eyes, and Bruce. And so I got to open up for them. Yeah, no money though, but just imagine me opening up for Bruce and Black Boy.
How was that crowd?
Yeah, that crowd was okay. I realized none of these jokes work, and I just joked about how white I was, and I didn't realize this. Speaking of the racial healing, I had to introduce Bruce, and I would introduce him. It was like any other stand-up show. I'm looking around, I'm thinking like, oh, he had a heart attack in the green room. Like, he's not coming out. He's dead. He came out with an entourage like Mike Tyson, and he walked out slowly, and it would have like, you know, blaring hip hop, and he'd have a full entourage, and he would take a minimum of a minute and a half to get to the stage, and the light would follow him. So I'm just this lone white kid, 19 years old, like, yeah, Bruce, yeah, he's big fat black guy, really funny, Bruce. It was the most awkward thing, and you realize really early, the audience is honest. You're like, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah, and it's crazy too. He has a black audience though, like our audience. Yeah, our audience. A lot of people, you know, they assume that we have a black audience, but I would say 70% of the audience is white, Asian, Hispanic, and then I would say 5% black.
Yeah, well, after the DNA test, maybe you'll get it up to 6. All right, so if people want to, like, you know what? I was wrong about them, man. I'm rethinking my whole life's purpose because of them DNA tests.
Watch Good Morning Mug Club live every Monday through Thursday at 10:15 Eastern.